Yo, what is good, fellas? Hope you boys are all having a fantastic day. We got a lot to talk about when it comes to Madden 25. Now, I always like to start these update videos with my current glitch situation. First things first, I have my Christian Watson. I unfortunately, or fortunately, didn't play the Season of Boom Part 1 solo challenges early, and if you did that, you actually don't have access to the Ultimate Boom challenges. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, then you're probably good. You've probably been able to come in here and claim this 83 overall B&D Christian Watson. This card is really good, currently my wide receiver 3. The issue is a lot of people don't have the ability to actually come in here and play through this Christian Watson. Either says they've already earned it, or they just can't even get into the solos. I don't know when that's getting fixed, but I know a lot of people are currently having that issue. So if you guys are, having that issue, don't worry. A lot of people are too. That's the biggest issue EA hasn't touched on. The other two glitches people are having come in the form of rookie premieres and ultimate alumni, as well as the crossover XP. I've gotten my XP, I've gotten all my rookie premiere stuff. I've actually gotten really lucky with the amount of things I've actually gotten. We'll talk about that in a minute on how impactful not having these rookie premieres are, but I do want to say I haven't gotten any of my ultimate alumni stuff, as we can see here wherever they are in the sets. I remember when you used to be able to scroll down and find it automatically. Now it takes me a few more scrolls than I'm used to, but you guys can see here, I have nothing, but I do have all my rookie premieres. I got my Puka Nakua. I got everything else except these ultimate alumni. Now, the best player to pick from this pack now would probably be the Josh Allen if you guys actually get your things. He'll just be able to be usable on your team for the longest period of time. I think the Myles Garrett is cool, but at this point, he's not... He's the second best Myles Garrett in the game. Like, he's going to be outdated very soon. All of these cards are going to be not necessarily outdated, but not top tier. I would not go with the Saquon Barkley anymore. That would have been my pick, and I'm kind of pressed I didn't get these a Saquon card yet, but you know what? Hopefully EA makes up for it. Also, EA said that Ultimate Alumni and Rookie Premieres were coming 2 days ago. They're not here. Clearly, I know a lot of people are also having the same issue. Mutt.gg, who if you guys don't know who they are, they're like the big Madden database. We use them over here a lot on the channel. They put out a poll saying how many people have all of their things. It was like 75% of people saying no. A lot of people don't have any of their things. A lot of people only have one of the things, two of the things. So if you don't have anything, you don't have Christian Watson, don't worry. EA knows what's going on. They know this is an issue. They're working towards it, but there are bigger issues going on in Madden. Unfortunately, the gameplay hasn't been necessarily perfect. Now, zone drops, we all know about zone drops. They just don't work. We've talked about that. There's also a bunch of glitchy things you can do within the actual game that is just objectively broken that EA needs to fix, and in my opinion, the majority of their resources are going towards fixing the actual gameplay rather than an ultimate team, like, free card. Like, I don't think it's right, but I think that is what they're doing. We should see a big gameplay patch probably within this week, if not next week. Thinking back to the CFB big gameplay patch that got rid of, like, Wildcat and, like, nerf Judkins spin move. If you know, you know. That came about 2 to 3 weeks after the game went live, so expect to see a mega gameplay patch then, and then I kind of think EA might actually, be on their shit when it comes to Ultimate Team a little bit more than they have been. But those are all just big hopes. It's Madden Ultimate Team. What can we expect? So now on to tomorrow's content. It's AKAs. We've talked about these cards already on the channel, but just wanted to quickly go through them again. Marvin Harrison is the best wide receiver in the game. The fact that he is not an LTD is elite. We also got Kyle Juszczyk. This card's just going to be fun. And then a Vernon Davis, the Duke. Now, these cards are all really good. Don't get that twisted. Also, Mean Joe Green is another vintage champion. All these cards are really good coming tomorrow. What are they going to do to the auction house? So those cards are actually going to affect the auction house and the prices of some of these cards significantly. Taking a look at the wide receiver prices right now, as you guys can see, Randy Moss going for about 370, Steve Smith 350, Chad Johnson 700K, Amari Cooper 200K, Mike Evans 205, and so on. This Marvin Harrison I think tomorrow we do see a major drop in prices because of these AKAs coming. For example, the wide receiver room. Marvin Harrison is the best wide receiver in the game. Objectively, the card's going to be disgusting. I'm assuming he's going to have some form of a glowing X factor. He's also a set piece legend, so there's going to be a ton of Marvin Harrison on the auction house. Looking here though, Chad Johnson, 700K, Steve Smith, 350, Randy, 370, Cooper Kupp, 250, Ayuk, 280, Mike Evans, 205, Amari Cooper, 200. All of these players that we just talked about, they're all going to drop in price. Marvin Harrison is the best wide receiver in the game. He's got 1 speed on every single card that had 86 speed. The guys that have 85 speed, they're going to go down to a separate tier of their own. Marvin Harrison is the best wide receiver in the game. So Randy Moss, Steve Smith, Brandon Ayuk, Cooper Kupp, I would sell all of these cards today. You should be able to pick them up at a slight discount. The only one that I don't think will get discounted is Chad Johnson. He's an LTD. It's not like you can just pick them up. When Reduxes do come out, obviously this card will go down, but right now, Chad Johnson is a decent hold. I wouldn't buy this card at all right now, though. Now, one thing I do want to say regarding the wide receiver position exactly is we talked about Randy Moss yesterday in my How to Win the Legend promo video. I basically said, when Legend packs are in stores, pick up Legend players, snipe them for a significant decrease in price, because Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they're going to skyrocket in price. If you guys did listen to me in that video and you bought up a few Randy Mosses for about 300 to 295,000 coins, I would sell them off today. Like I said, Marvin Harrison, the best wide receiver in the game, going to tank the wide receiver price. But if you do want to pick up any of these cards for your team, tomorrow would be probably the best day to do it. Obviously, Saturday for the Legends would be a little bit better, but I think this coming Saturday will be the best time to pick up Steve Smith and Randy Moss for any of these Season of Boom cards, Cooper Kupp. Tomorrow is a pretty good time to buy. Other set piece we got coming is Mean Joe Green. The defensive tackle position is weird. There's 3 cards that I would consider top tier, and the rest are all just kind of there. I expect all 3 of these cards up here, Haloti Ngata, Daron Payne, and Javon Hargrave, to go down in price a little bit, but the fact that there aren't as many options at the top tier for the defensive tackle position, it's kind of hard to tell what Mean Joe Green is actually going to do to their price. I think Haloti Ngata will probably settle around 330,000 coins. Daron Payne will probably be like 260, 270, and then Javon Hargrave will be like 250. They will all go down, so if you do want to pick up one of these top 3 defensive tackles, I would wait until tomorrow, but I do think Mean Joe Green will be significantly better, and you could pick up these cards at a discount. Same thing goes if you have one of these cards. I would sell them off today. Now, I can't confirm this is how that's going to work. We haven't seen it with the defensive tackle position really quite yet. But for what, like we've seen it for wide receivers, but I do think the defensive tackles, they should get a little cheaper tomorrow. A position group I think might go up tomorrow because of these AKAs is actually the halfback position. Now, we've seen a lot of really good running backs drop within the last few days, weeks of Madden 25, but we have no running backs dropping tomorrow on Monday. Now, Chris Johnson, and I believe that's the only AKA player we got. Yeah, so Chris Johnson might go down a little bit, but if you're holding on to a Joe Mixon, or, a Raheem Mostert maybe, I would wait until tomorrow to sell him off. Now, LTDs don't really get affected by new cards coming into the game. You can't pull them anymore until Reduxes come out, so Derrick Henry users, you guys are fine. But if you're holding on to like a Joe Mixon, a Raheem Mostert, I would almost hold on to those cards until Monday once AKAs are live, because there's not going to be any new running backs coming into the game. There's not going to be a new top dog on the street. We already saw that with Chris Johnson. It's not a terrible idea. Also, we don't know what the packs are going to look like. Like, can you still pull the part 1 AKAs in the AKA bundles tomorrow? So, depending on that, Chris Johnson either will drop or rise. Again, as we get further into the Madden cycle, we'll figure out a little bit more with the market. The other position group that's going to get affected is the tight ends. Fullbacks, I don't really care. Don't buy a fullback. Tight ends are interesting too, because there's only, 2 really good tight ends. Besides that, actually, David Njoku just isn't in the catalog. He won't be affected. He's an LTD. Greg Olsen and Sam Laporta will get cheaper tomorrow. The Duke, Verdon Davis, that card is by far the best tight end. I believe he's got 2 speed on Sam Laporta, and Sam Laporta has 85 speed. That card is going to probably cost you 1.5 million coins tomorrow. It's going to be really good. Now, the rest of the tight end market will shift down. If you want to pick up a tight end, again, buy them tomorrow. If you don't, and you have tight ends to sell, it might be your time to sell today. The market, it's going to get a little bit shifted tomorrow. I think next week in general will be a crazy week for the market to actually go down in price. If you guys missed my content prediction video for this week, I think we're going to see content on 5 out of 7 days this week. We probably will see preseason team of the week. We'll see campus heroes potentially. We got Season of Boom Part 3. We got AKAs coming tomorrow. Big week, big cards. A lot of these 85 overalls will actually go down in price. So in general, it would be a smart day to sell like right now. Now on the defensive side of things, besides defensive tackle, I don't really have any like recommendations. Now, if you have any of these top tier corners like a Mel Blount or a Jalen Ramsey, Rasul Douglas is so freaking underrated. This card is actually really good. I would continue to hold on to those cards. I don't think they're going to drop that much. A card that I would recommend getting rid of and picking up a Dominic or Antonio Cromartie. Sell Darrelle Revis, pick up Cromartie. Darrelle Revis is not good. For whatever reason, that card absolutely blows. We need to stop getting LTD corners as well. I'm ready to get some really good corners, but the top 3 are all LTDs, and there's not much we can do there. Also, forgot to mention this in the beginning, but one thing I wanted to say, Jayden Daniels rookie premiere is probably the best quarterback in the game. The fact that a lot of people don't actually have this card available when they probably should, they completed a rookie premiere set, it's not fair. One thing I could see EA doing is just giving everyone who has Madden 24 and Madden 25 like downloaded to their Xbox account a rookie premiere just as a make right now. I don't like, what are the odds of that happening? Maybe 10%. But if it happens, they've done something of that nature in that game like breaking before. It would be pretty big for a lot of our teams. And if you need a quarterback, go Jayden Daniels. You guys can also see pick Terry and Arnold. I'm running him in the slot. He's pretty good. I know Romaduzzi is probably better, but for my team, I didn't need another wide receiver. And we got no more MUT leaks today as of right now. I'm probably recording this video about an hour in advance, so nothing new there. No more replacement for the mystery pack quite yet. Potentially could see something tomorrow. Store looks pretty similar to what it was yesterday. Nothing new, nothing out. Very curious to see what we get that mystery pack replacement and what that's going to look like. Hopefully it'll be alright. I believe that is everything we got today, fellas. Hope you boys all had a fantastic Sunday. I'll catch you boys tomorrow with AKAs. Remember, sell today, buy tomorrow. And until then, peace!